But okay, so here's my dorkdom is propaganda. Yeah. I love propaganda. I love everything about it. I love the history of it. I love what goes on now with it. Now I'm going to tell you guys a story about somebody that you should know. And his name is Jamie Roars.
Roars?
Who knows who Jamie Roars is?
R-O-R.
Jamie out the doors roars. Okay. The Aurora shooting. The Aurora shooting, nothing funny about the Aurora shooting, but there is an interesting part of the Aurora shooting. In the crowd was Jamie Roars with his girlfriend, his infant child, and her 4-year-old. Okay? Now, first of all, remember, this is a midnight movie, so they brought an infant. Assholes. Let's just start with that.
Let's point that out. Batman?
Dude comes in and starts shooting. Jamie Roars, who had the infant in his lap, throws down the baby, gets up, leaps off the balcony, runs out the door. Oh, it gets worse than that. Gets into his truck and drives away, leaving his girlfriend, her 4-year-old, and his infant child in the place. He reconnects with them at the hospital 2 hours later, where he proposes marriage. And she says yes. Now, what about this is propaganda? The news reports, who don't want to give a bad story to the Aurora shooting or any of the victims of it, then say that Jamie Roars got separated from his family. He got separated? How did that happen?
He got separated as quickly as he could.
That's what happens when you throw something away from you. You get separated from it.
When you spike his own baby?
He spiked the baby, and he ran out of there as fast as he possibly could. Jamie out the doors roars. But here's the thing, is that the news, they don't want you to know that this negative story about it, so they report it
because of the positive experience that was
Because
Aurora.
then there's the redemption of the proposal, and now they're together. And this is my favorite example of propaganda and how it works and how you push the story. There are different ways to push the story. You either give them part of the story or you give them the part of the story that works for you, that can move forward whatever your agenda is. And it happens every day, and you watch it all the time. Just sit home and watch Fox News or watch MSNBC, and you're inundated with it. And what it does is it shapes the argument. And here's the thing, there's not much funny about this, but what there is.
I was just about to say, you've just proven my point, which is if you care deeply about propaganda, don't bring it up in mixed company or at a party.
But I was going to say,
here's the thing. Just shut up, Tom. No. Here's the thing. You're watching what you want to see.
Almost ready to
Susan, shut the fuck up.
all that was going through my head is, where did you get that story that he...
where'd you get the
what
truth,
the fuck is that? You were all believing you. Were like, really?
Well, the other part of the story is that his family did get out safely, but there was a 19-year-old kid that led them out of the theater because it was filled with smoke and bullets and everything.
But how do you know
that kid got shot? That kid got shot.
But how do you know the
We're
story?
We're going to need a source, Auggie Smith.
Otherwise,
Jamie Roars and his girlfriend go on Piers Morgan, and they talk about the story. When they talk about the story...
I want to stop you real quick, though, because you just did an example of propaganda.
That's what I just said.
Augie just said, he goes like this. Did you say that he said,
say it again.
That guy got shot in the leg? See, you went with the point that made your point. You're like, that 19-year-old kid, he got shot in the leg. He's fine. He actually ended up, he's been convicted of domestic abuse since then. He's in a lot of trouble with the law.
It was Chris Brown.
But it's hard not, right? Everybody wants to push their side of the story.
Yes, but that's in your relationships. Doesn't that happen? I was thinking that happened in the green room.
But so they go on Pierce Brosnan's talk show.
They do go on Pierce Brosnan's talk show because it took place in the late 1980s, and they were talking to Remington
Steele.
Right.
And so what happens is they admit at that time that he got in his truck and drove away.
Yeah, and
they admit that.
His story was that he was hoping to reconnect with them outside, so he's driving around the parking lot.